Hello, welcome back to another video on algebra. Today we're dealing with ratios and proportions to see how do we compare two ratios to see if they are proportionate to each other. Proportionality means if two ratios are equal to each other. That's called proportion. If they are not equal to each other, then they are not proportionate. So let's look at two examples here. We're going to look at firstly the first one, which is 4/2 or 4:2. So the ratio of 4:2. And the second one is 2:1. Are they proportionate to each other? So the first thing we do is we write them as a fraction. So 4:2 is written as 4/2. And then 2:1 is written as 2/1. And now we have a little technique to calculate and see if they are able to be proportionate to each other. So what we do is we cross multiply the numerator of the one with the denominator of the other ratio. So 4 times 1 is 4. So that'll be on this side because we're dealing with this ratio here. The top number we always deal with, and we'll leave that on this side. Then on this side we look at the top number, that numerator, and we multiply that by 2, and 2 times 2 gives us 4. So we can clearly see that this ratio and this ratio are proportionate to each other because they are equal to each other. Let's look at another example. Let's try the ratio of 3:4 and 2:3. So 3:4 is written as a fraction, 3/4, and 2:3 is written as 2/3. So again here, I'll just make them level. So again, we cross multiply with each other. Remember what we did here. The numerator of the one with the denominator of the other, and then both sides. So for this ratio here, we're going to have 3 times 3, which is 9, and then 4 times 2, which is 8. Now we can clearly see that they are not equal to each other, and this is how we write a not equal to sign, and therefore they are not proportionate to each other. So this is how we determine proportionality with ratios. Write it down as the ratio that you see in the question, then write that as a fraction, and then cross multiply as we've done here. The top numbers stay on either side of the equal or not equal to sign. And then once you've cross multiplied, if they are equal to each other, then you know that they're proportionate. If they're not, then they're not proportionate.